Are you struggling to stay motivated during your weight loss journey? Are you looking for some simple tricks and strategies to stay motivated during your weight loss journey, your fitness journey, especially when the weight isn't coming off as quickly as you want it to? How do you stay motivated? How do you keep things going? So my name is Heather. If you're new to this channel, welcome. I create videos for women over 30, 40, and beyond on health and wellness topics. And I really like to share my own journey of resilience and coming back and making my own fitness comeback after a very serious setback. So whether you have had an injury, an illness, you're ready to make that comeback, or maybe life just got in the way. Family commitments got in the way, your job got in the way. All of these things that happen in life got in the way, and suddenly you wake up one day and you're like, I don't even recognize this person in the mirror anymore. And so I make videos to help women like you who are in that particular phase of life where you're just like, I'm ready to get back. I'm ready to get back to myself. So what I wanted to do today is share with you a couple of different tips and strategies that I have figured out that works for me for my own weight loss motivation and my own weight loss journey that I hope you will find helpful as well. So the first thing is to set realistic goals. And what I mean by that is to set a goal for something like 1 to 2 pounds a week, small sustainable goals. What you don't want to do is set this really high, unrealistic weight loss goal that either A, is unachievable, or B, could be achieved, but you're going to be so freaking miserable during the process. Cole wants to join me in the videos. So you don't want to set these goals that are just like so ridiculous that you're going to be so miserable in the process. You're going to be hungry all the time. You're going to be crabby. The people in your life aren't going to want to be around you. So you want to make sure that you set realistic goals. So shooting for things like losing 1 to 2 pounds a week, but also understanding that many of us still have a monthly cycle and you will fluctuate. Your weight will fluctuate. So if you are somebody who is tracking your weight, make sure that you are tracking it over time. The scale doesn't tell everything. It doesn't tell that you've lost body fat, but you've gained muscle. It might be your weight might be exactly the same. I actually have a picture that went viral about 10 years ago where I had my own body recomposition sort of journey. And it was over about an 8-month period. I didn't lose a single pound. But I went from sort of this just like thin person that didn't really look like I was fit to somebody who looked really super fit, but I weighed exactly the same. So the scale doesn't always tell you everything. So when you're setting these goals, make sure that you set these small achievable goals, things like losing 1 to 2 pounds a week, understanding that you have a cycle. You might also set other goals like, oh, I want to track all my food this week, or I want to exercise for 30 minutes 3 times this week, or I want to get up in the mornings and start walking for 30 minutes, whatever it may be. So set those realistic goals. Number 2 is to track your progress. And I kind of touched on this during the first segment where I was talking about setting realistic goals. But you want to make sure that you're tracking your progress because, like I said, the scale does not tell everything. It does not tell everything. If you are going to weigh yourself, I do highly suggest getting a bioimpedance scale, which is a scale that will look at your body composition, how much muscle mass you have, how much water you have in your body, things like this. It's going to tell a more complete story. They're not 100% accurate, but it's going to tell you more about what's happening, what's the shift happening in your body. So you want to, if you're going to track your weight, use a bioimpedance scale. And then you can use things like a food diary. So something like MyFitnessPal is a really helpful tool to just give you some insight into what you're eating each day. You don't necessarily need to start out with like meal planning and saying, okay, I'm going to eat this, 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 and this, but just download MyFitnessPal. It's free. You can upgrade to a paid version if you would like, but you certainly do not need to. I use the free version. And just start tracking your food. Start tracking everything that you are putting in your mouth every single day. And you want to make sure they include things like coffee creamer. And if you're having sweetened iced tea, there's sugar in that. And thinking about some of the condiments that you're using, barbecue sauce and ketchup and mayonnaise and things like that. So you can start just tracking and it kind of brings some insight into what it is that you are putting in your mouth every day. So you can track your food, track your workouts, get a notebook, use a Google Sheet, whatever it might be. Just track your workouts, track how much weight you're lifting if you're lifting weights. And then you'll start to see like, okay, I was able to do 3 sets of 12 at 25 pounds and now I'm up to 50 pounds. So you're seeing progress there. The other thing I suggest is taking progress photos. Like I said, the scale doesn't tell everything. So taking those progress photos and putting them side by side, especially over time, 3 months, 4 months, 6 months, 9 months, you're really going to start to see that transformation happening. So take those progress photos. And when you get started, make sure you take a progress photo that you wouldn't mind sharing on the internet. Because what happens is sometimes you get really excited about what you did, and then you realize you don't necessarily have a before photo that you're willing to share on the internet. So if you're going to do it in something like a bra and underwear, make sure you do one in like some gym clothes or something that you would feel comfortable sharing on the internet. You don't have to share it on the internet. It's just that's what sometimes happens is people get excited and they want to share it with the world. So make sure you have that. Number 3 is to find a support system. So making sure that you have friends, you have family, you have some sort of a community around you that is holding you accountable and helping you stay motivated. And I think like if you are just getting started on your fitness journey, on your weight loss journey, you might not have this. You might not have friends who are into a healthy lifestyle. You might not have supportive family members who are really supporting your decision to make this positive change in your life. There are a lot of people out there, and if you're one of them, what you want to do is to find some sort of a community that is supportive of your goals, is on the same path, and can support you in your journey. And I have created an online Facebook community. It's the Vibrant Balanced Living Facebook community. We're a growing community of women who are all on the same journey, and we support each other. We praise each other. We share our wins. We share the things that we're working on, all those kinds of things. So if you are interested in joining that Facebook community, it is free. I will have a link for it for you, but you can also just search for Vibrant Balanced Living on Facebook and join that community there. So you also want to, just start trying to find a community locally. If you don't have anybody local to you, maybe you join a workout class at the gym and you start going into it regularly and you start making new friends there who are on the same journey as you. Maybe you start going to a yoga studio, or maybe you decide you want to start CrossFit or whatever it might be. And some of these, sort of boutique fitness classes, that's really a positive benefit of those types of classes, is because especially if you start going to the same classes over and over again, you start to meet the same people, you get to know the instructor. These are all people that are going to be very supportive of you in your weight loss journey. Number 4 is to celebrate small wins. And I've talked about this a little bit already, is looking at things like, your progress photos, and things like, if you're tracking your weight and your weight is going down, or if you are, tracking your measurements, even tracking something like your waist right at your belly button. However, if you're like me, I'm one of those people, like I lose weight at my arms first and my belly is last. So if I continue, and this actually just happened to me where I continued to take my waist measurements, my clothes are starting to get baggy. I can see that things are changing, but my waist measurement was staying exactly the same. It's just because for me, that's where I hang on to weight. That's where it comes off last. And actually last week I took my measurements and I was finally down about 1.5 inches over the last 2 months or so. So make sure that you are celebrating those small wins. Things like I said I was going to work out 3 days a week at 30 minutes each time. I actually got in 4 days at 20 minutes. So I'm celebrating that. That's great. Okay. Or maybe you made a good choice when you went out to a restaurant, rather than buying the, heavy cream, heavy sauce thing, you got a salad with some lean protein on it, something like this. So just celebrate some of those small wins. When I was recovering from my broken leg, almost every day, I shared my small daily win on Facebook. And it was really more of a way for me to experience gratitude, or show gratitude that I was making progress. While inside I was frustrated and mad, and like all this stuff is going on, but I'm trying to be this person that I'm thankful for these things, this progress that I'm making. Okay. And so I started sharing those on Facebook, and it really helped with my own internal mindset of like, okay, I'm celebrating these small wins here. And what's actually been very nice is now, a year later, I'm coming back to those posts. They're coming up in my Facebook memories. And I'm like, wow. So like, for example, a year ago today, I posted that I was thankful that I could actually stand at the stove long enough to cook. And now this weekend, a year later, this weekend, I am hiking 20 miles. And so it just really helps to show me how far I've come in a year, but also a year ago, I was just thankful I could stand at the stove. Okay, so make sure you're celebrating those small wins. And then this goes into the next one is reframe your mindset. So really think of this as a journey. Don't think of this as like, okay, between now and 12 weeks from now, I got to take off 30 pounds and then I'm done. That's not what we're doing here. This is a lifestyle. This is a lifetime commitment. This is something you're going to do forever. We are in this for the long haul. It's consistency, it's progress, not perfection. This is a journey of self-improvement. As you start getting more fit, as you start losing weight, you're really going to see that shift in your mindset, the shift that you look at, the way that you look at the world. You're going to start seeing things differently, and you're going to start working on other areas of your life as well. So really reframe your mindset that this is a journey, it's not a destination, and have fun with that journey. So these are the couple tips that I have for you that are on a weight loss journey to keep your motivation, set realistic goals, track your progress, find a support system, celebrate your small wins, and reframe your mindset. So I hope that you found this information helpful. If you did, I would love it if you would like and subscribe to my channel. I do make a lot of videos on health and wellness topics for women over 30, 40, and beyond, and I'll see you in the next video.